Why are people terrified of retirement?
That's a good question, very relevant to the modern society. In the olden days, people had that fixed thing in their head. I have finished one phase of my life. I have finished my working life. Now I want to do things that I have never done during my working life. I want to see the beauty of nature, maybe. I want to spend time with my family, which I never had time for. I want to spend time with my children. I want to connect with my friends. I want to do so many things. And there was always a community that would back him up when he retired in the olden days. Because in the community, it was a big event. Oh, that man retired, so he was going to have more time to spend with me as a friend. So they would come forward and connect with him. In today's world, again, there is so much of isolation and there is so much of identification with your work. I'll give you an example for that. When I say identification, what is the example that will come? When the water mixes with sugar, or the water mixes with milk, water mixes with orange, or the water mixes with medicine, it becomes a medicine. It becomes orange juice. It becomes sugar water. It becomes milk. But the water by itself does not lose its identity. Although it is mixing with various things, still the water is different. The component of water is different. So also, when I identify myself with something, I miss my role or I miss my goal. While playing my role, I am missing my goal. It is like a movie. Imagine an actor when he is given a role to act. Suppose a famous actor like Amitabh Bachchan is being made to act like a beggar in that film. He gets into the role, he gets into the character so that he can express his emotions and his speech and the body language. He becomes an actual beggar in front of the camera. But when he snaps out of the camera and he comes out, he cannot be playing the same role. He has to become Amitabh Bachchan again. Whatever he is, he has to become him. He has to become his own identification. If he continues to be a beggar or act like a beggar, then he is branded as crazy. Same thing for us. When I'm playing my role, as though I'm working in the office, I am playing my role as a mother, I am playing my role as a wife, I am playing my role as a husband, whatever it is, whatever the case may be. But that's only a role. I have to finish that role in totality. I have to do my duties. I have to do my karmas. I have to accept my karma and do it the best way possible. And then I come back to my own identity. And what is my own identity? Is happiness. Because my goal is happiness. So when I retire, still my identity has not changed. It is just a different phase of life for me. But unfortunately, I have to say, it's not that easy in today's world, because where will that poor man go? What will he do? Because his work has been so demanding. There was no balance while he was working. He was only working. End of the day, he worked all his life to earn that money and to buy things, material things. But he also realizes that one fine day, that career is not with him. I'm talking about service people. I'm not talking about business people who can work till they die or whatever the case is. When I talk about retirement, it's of course obviously meant for people who are doing their service. What is he going to do after he retires? Because he has no office to go to. His phones suddenly stop ringing. His messages stop coming to him. People stop asking questions. People stop asking him for advice. That means All these things are a happy thing or a bad thing or a sad thing. All these things are happy things because one fine day this all is going to end. So retirement again is one part of your life which is going to end. Why am I so terrified of it? The whole world is so beautiful. Go visit, go observe, be a spectator to this world that's passing by. When I identify myself, I have to suffer because I'm losing my identity as a person, as who I am. And the phobia, when I use the word retirement phobia, people are literally paranoid because the earlier days, the children would always stay together as a joint family. The business continued or the service continued. So they never felt the children accepted the retirement of the father. Nowadays, even the children don't accept the retirement of the father because the money has stopped coming. The father also doesn't want to retire because he doesn't want to depend on these children. Can he depend on his friends? Friends don't have time. Nobody has time in this world. And with all the social media that's around us, still I am in phobia. I don't know what to do with myself. I have that suffering inside me, deep suffering. And even if you say the social media, that is also for youngsters. Who is going to come and talk to an old man? Gone are the days when all these people were revered and respected for their experience and maturity. Today, we don't want that maturity. We don't want that kind of experience, anubhava, because I think I am the most intelligent person in the world. I don't need anybody's experience to be shared with me, anybody's maturity to be shared with me. So I am terrified of retirement because I'm terrified of loneliness. And in the lighter note, women as well, when the husband retires, they find it most difficult to accept it because she has spent all her life finding her own way, finding her own path to be happy without her husband being with her for 24/7. She has made her own little nest because the husband has been very busy. He had no time for her, he had no time for the family. All of a sudden, she realizes that whole life pattern after the age of 60 has to change for her. It's not a retirement for her. It's again a role playing for her. For a woman, it's again all over again. She starts where she started when she got married, taking care of her husband, taking care of his needs, and taking care of his emotions because she is afraid he is going to crack up in that phobia.